Good morning. It is April 9th, 2018. It's a Monday. And it's cold here in Maine at 27 frickin' degrees. But the sun's shining, so that's a plus. So this weekend I gained 2 pounds. I ate like shit all weekend long, did not fast at all. It was a busy weekend. Saturday we took my son to college, had a tour again, did open house, brought my niece who just has no ambition or motivation or anything to be successful. Hopefully that changes because she is going to be going into high school in a year. Not much else. I completed 2 wreaths, so I got those done. Craft fair is in the end of the month, so it's in like 3 weeks. So I've got a little bit of time to still get some stuff done, so I'm still doing things. I gotta make the football wreath for the girl that ordered it, so that, and I should be able to do that now that everything is in. And then I would like to make a couple of football wreaths with the stuff that I have, crochet and yarn. So I have a couple on hand, and I can always take orders if they want what I don't have. That would consist of purchasing more ribbon, which I really don't want to do because I have a crap load of different colors right now. So I'm going to try to mix and match what I have for colors and see how that works. And then yarn I definitely can do. And then I have a new laptop coming in soon, so that's good because that I definitely will need. I should be able to, I've got to sign up to take payments, so when I'm at the craft fair, I can take credit or debit card and not have any issues. I have to set that up. What else? So this is just a little things. I gotta buy a table. I'm not gonna buy a very big table. I just gotta buy a table. And I bought a couple of wreath holders this weekend. We spent way too much money this weekend, seriously. So I bought a couple, and I like the way that they look, so I want to buy, several more. I have a big one, and then I have a small one, so I want to buy another 2 big ones, and then probably another 3 small ones, and just have those on the table and rotate out the wreaths. And and then go from there. Not much else is going on. Not much else. Right now I'm doing a 48-hour fast. I'm supposed to be doing it with my son. I hope he actually is doing it. So it will end tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I know I can do this. This isn't going to be overly hard. Just because it's most of today while I'm working, and then 6 or 7 hours tonight while I'm at home, and then mostly tomorrow while I'm working, and then a couple of hours after I get home tomorrow. So it's not going to be overly hard. I may just go till Wednesday, since essentially it's 8 o'clock at night, and I normally start my fast at 8 o'clock at night, so I may just go till Wednesday afternoon at 12 o'clock, which is my normal time to start to eat. I just may do that. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, 8 o'clock. nothing really else. Life is stressful. I do want to touch on parenting and how important it is that we as parents remember that we set the foundation for our children. And you cannot expect your children to automatically know or follow in your footsteps or not follow in your footsteps, or you have to be the motivator for them, especially if you're not able to provide them with the resources to be successful, and they have to find those resources on their own. So you need to fill your life, you should fill your life or their lives with positive, successful people in order for them to see that it is possible, number one, and follow their lead and learn how they have achieved that success. Because without any of that, the kids are lost. They have no foundation on where to go. So to them, their life is a dead end and useless, and everything sucks, and what's the point? I know a couple of people who just, their parenting style is just to let it be, and they'll figure it out on their own. And I have that leads to children, though they're not addicts or in and out of jail, it's still a struggle, and there is no motivation to be better, because they don't believe they're capable of being better, because they weren't shown that it is possible. You just have to work a little harder than most people. And that's what keeps poor people poor. Okay? What keeps you poor is laziness, is not wanting to work harder to achieve more. And when you're poor, you have to. No matter what your skin color is, what your religion is, what your sexual orientation is, no matter what, when you're poor in America, you have to work harder to achieve your goals. It's just plain and simple. When you put all those other factors in there, religion, sex, and race, the odds multiply against you. But to start out fresh, just poor, you have to work harder. And it's a sad, sad thing, even though poor people have all of these things that are supposed to, quote unquote, help them achieve things in life, they still have to work harder, because there are so many poor people. You have to work harder, because not everybody gets those opportunities or those help outs or any of that stuff, because you have to qualify for them. So if your grades don't match, then you don't qualify, so you don't get that help, which means you have to work harder. Not everybody is able to qualify for those help, that help or whatever it may be. Things happen. So you have to remember that when you're poor, and when I say poor, I mean if your family's living paycheck to paycheck, you're poor. I don't care if you live in a nice house. If you do not have money saved in the bank, you're poor. Period. You could be driving a Benz, but if you do not have money saved in the bank, so if you were to lose your job today and you do not have money to cover your expenses for at least a month, because it could potentially take up to a month to get another job, you're poor. Poor. So, because you're just living above your means. If you're driving a Benz. but you're poor. So that's what that means. And a lot of people fake it. A lot of people will pretend that they've got money and they're doing just fine. And I've been down that road. Fake it till I make it, baby. Let me just tell you. You don't need to know what's in my bank account. I'm capable of being it. And it does nothing but hurt you in the long run because you're not being realistic. So, you just have to keep that in mind, that if you're poor, you need to work harder. And it's sad and it's unfortunate because, we all want that American dream. We may not all want to be doctors and lawyers and engineers and, and not everybody's suitable for that. Just like not everybody's suitable to be a CEO of a company. Not everybody's suitable to be an 8-figure thing. And that's perfectly fine. We need people to work in fast food and do, the trash and we need people to do landscaping and we need people to do that. That doesn't mean that they're less than us, but they still deserve to be wealthy. They still deserve to have money in their bank. They just don't need to be million or billionaires, but they still deserve to have a retirement plan and health insurance and dental insurance, which, mind you, I don't think dental and vision should be separate from health. I don't think they should be a la carte. I'm sorry. It's health insurance. Your eyes are part of your health. Your vision is, your teeth are part of your health because you need all of that to be healthy. So it should not be a la carte. They should not be optional. They should all be inclusive. Anyway, that's a different topic. So you need to be, just because you work at McDonald's does not mean you don't need to have, stock options and be able to retire at whatever it is nowadays. I don't even know because I'm not going to be able to retire because I'm poor. 65, 75, 85, I don't know what it is anymore. But, you should be able to retire comfortably. You should not have to worry about that. You should not have to work to the day you die just because you're poor. And in America, we keep our poor people poor because though there are services out there to help them, we don't really help them. We keep them poor. We keep them under the thumb. We want them on food stamps. We want them on Medicare. We want them to receive monthly income from the government. Why? Because it's a political agenda that keeps the government going. It's a freaking goddamn profit for the U.S. government. Just think of all the people who die who don't get to use their retirement, who don't get to use Social Security, but they worked for 30, 40 years. They don't have a spouse or children, and they've died. So where does their Social Security go? How are we don't have Social Security for everybody to cover, but millions of people die that have never used Social Security, that have paid in, but we don't have enough money to cover Social Security or give them a raise? Makes you wonder. But we don't really wonder as a society because we elect people who we expect to look out for us, and they really don't. Because the richer half pay them to bamboozle you. Unfortunately, that's the way it works in America. We complain about corporate corruption in other countries, but it happens right here in America. It's just called something different. It's called the Democratic and the Republic Party. So anyway, it's a whole different thing. You need to provide your children with some kind of, positivity and showing them that there are people who can be successful and that your dreams need to be realistic. Don't go thinking that you're going to be an NFL star and become a millionaire. That's a great dream, but you need to have a backup plan because stuff happens. You break a knee, there goes your career. And it can happen early. It can happen in middle school. You break a knee and there goes your career. You're a baseball player. Oh, I'm sorry. You broke your shoulder. There goes your career. It can happen at any time. And it doesn't have to happen during playing the sport. It can happen at any time. So you need to have a backup plan. be realistic about it. Not everybody's meant to go to college and go to school for 4 years to get a bachelor's degree and do all that. So you go to a technical school, or you go to a, career corp, or whatever the hell it's called. And you go there and you get a degree or training, career training in that, and then you're successful. You're making decent money. That's the ultimate goal. Not to always be a lawyer or a doctor or an engineer, or those are not for everybody. Not everybody can go to school for 20 fucking years. Not everybody can afford to go to school for that long. So be realistic. You start out and you learn what you don't like. You don't like talking on the phone? Well, then office jobs are not for you. You don't like sitting in one spot? Office jobs are not for you. You don't like dealing with people? Retail's not for you. You don't like blood or needles? Health division is not for you. So you need to find other things. You like working outdoors? Maybe you work in construction or landscaping or something in that effect. You go to school, you learn a trade, and you become better at it. And then that means you get paid more money. That's all. That's it. You don't have to go to school for 50 years to be able to make good money. Lord knows I work for a forest company, a forest management company. The foresters go to people's homes. They talk them into allowing us to go and cut the trees on their property. And the foresters in my job make decent money. Now, they had to go to school for 4 years. They are licensed to the state of Maine. They know trees. They know a tree from a tree from a tree. I don't know a tree from a tree from a tree. A tree is a tree, period. But we have truck drivers who are making just as much, if not more, than the foresters, because of the amount of hours they're putting in and the bonuses and all the other stuff that comes along with it. Then you have the crew who are making the same amount, again, because of the hours and the bonuses that they're getting for being productive. These people are not making chump change. Are they rich? No. Is it comfortable living? Yes, as long as they're living within their means. But that's stuff that you have to provide your children and educate them so that way they know what to do and can be prepared to be successful. And then once you give them that information and that knowledge, it's up to them to utilize it. So if they decide not to go to school and utilize it, or find a job, or excuse me, any of that stuff, that falls on them. But you as a parent provided them with the tools and the resources to be successful. So I'm choking here. You know what I say. The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. What are you investing in you today? Today I'm investing this fast. And I'm going to be successful in it. I'm not going to cave in at all. I will finish this 48 hours, and depending on how I feel, I may extend it even longer. I think it'll be like 50 hours. So you guys have a wonderful day, and I will speak with you tomorrow. Bye-bye.